Coming for the favourite, James McDonald riding the Hong Kong champion here. The market says he's right. Watch that trim into $3.30 as I go down the line. Alligator Blood's rock solid $6. $7 now split Fangirl and $7.50 Gold Trip. $8.50 Militarised, soft in the market late. Well, the boil over might be Zaki to lead all the way at $20. Outside of that, I cannot give you a steer. Romantic Warrior trimming right up, and he is the one to beat. All right, imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number or visit the website.
Joined by Adrian Botters. Alligator Blood looks to go a couple better than a pretty gallant fifth in last year's edition of the Cox Plate. Adrian, first of all, just take in the atmosphere. I mean, you've had a lot of success with Gai since you become a training partnership, but these truly are the moments that you set the alarm for, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt. This would certainly be the biggest for us if we could achieve that. It's been a great journey to this point, and certainly be a highlight for us.
Has it been pretty much a 12-month plan to give him another tilt at this?
Yeah, very much so. I thought he ran a very gallant race there last year. That was the plan. We wanted to be back here. Thought he deserved another go. It's been a great build-up this year. I feel he's in better shape this time round. And we've got a better draw today.
Have you done anything different from 12 months ago?
No, look, I was just a little bit interrupted there at the start of last preparation. Obviously, we had a few things to sort out there, but we've been able to, knowing that this is the race that we'll set for and wanting to target, we've been able to plan accordingly.
Has Tim got anything specific in mind in terms of how he controls things?
No, look, not necessarily, and left it very open to Tim how he wants to see this race play out. There's obviously a different shape of race, fair bit of pressure there, but we've got the draw that gives him the options, which we didn't quite have last year, so we're in his hands.
Adrian, good luck to you and the team.
Thank you very much.
Transition into chat to Ed Cummings, who's got Jewess with Damien Oliver in his 23rd and final Cox Plate aboard. You couldn't have anyone better to do the steering. What's his view on your mare's chances, Ed?
Listen, I think we're all quietly confident that she's going to be one of the best finishing horses in the race, and I think all the form pundits would have her in a similar position finishing off. So listen, Ollie's got terrific stats at the track. He's a GOAT of the industry. Very, very comfortable having him on board today. And, if we needed an ace up our sleeve, I think it's Ollie.
Is that the one thing that perhaps might have pushed you in the direction of running in the Cox Plate, the fact that she's shown capability north of 2,000 when there's numerous runners who still have that question lingering?
I think the Cox Plate requires a horse to have more than just 2,000 metre form. I think it's a genuine test of 2,000 metre form, and if you've been strong at anything further than that, then you ought to be a very strong chance in a Cox Plate. She's had that form on the board for a long time. Yes, it's been a long time since she's won, but she seems like she's got a hoof on the till.
And it's a race the family's obviously got an incredible legacy in. Hopefully Jewess can continue to fly the flag. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what an atmosphere it was coming through that tunnel and seeing how deep the crowd is now formed in both areas of this racetrack. It's wonderful to be here, and it's just a sense of calm behind the barriers here. We've got a couple of horses just getting a light toweling down over their shoulders, and everybody's got quite stern faces on, getting ready for this epic edition of the Cox Plate. They're all parading beautifully behind the barriers.
Michael Walker, you've been in the shoes of the riders behind the gates. What are they feeling at this stage?
Most of them have just got in their minds what they need to do, but at the same time there's a little bit of nervousness, especially with the crowd you can hear. And once they get out of the gates, it only amps it up a little bit more because you'll hear them scream. And they all know in their minds going to this first corner what you need to do to be able to win this race, because I'm looking through this race, BZ, and I think tactics for every single runner here is going to play a major part, not necessarily the best horse.
Ben Asghari, where does the speed come from?
Oh, it's going to be fascinating. So we know Alligator Blood and Zaki like to go forward, but there's been the jungle drums are beating that King Colorado wants to throw himself into the speed mix. Can the other 3-year-old Militarised begin better, put himself closer? Mr. Brightside is going to be looking for the box seat. If a few more go forward, the fireworks could be on early.
Matt Hill calling the action for the Ladbrokes Cox Plate. Here he is.
Brightside goes in. Romantic Warrior for Hong Kong is in the stalls. Militarised, the 3-year-old, joins them. Ridden here by Mickey D. Gold Trip, last year's Melbourne Cup winner, is in. My Oberon, one of the outsiders here at $73 with Jamie Mott. Fangirl, Zach Purden goes in. quite calm, these runners out behind the line. Alligator Blood goes up into barrier number 5. Fangirl is in with King Colorado. Pinstripes with young Ben Allen taking a wide alley. Zaki, the 9-year-old, to move up. Victoria Road is in, so the field is just about set for Australia's best race. The home of the Ladbrokes Cox Plate, Moonee Valley, about to erupt as Zaki takes the outside and the field is set. Ready to run, racing in the Cox Plate. Romantic Warrior jumped away well with Alligator Blood and Militarize over on the far side. Victoria Road just got chopped out there, and King Colorado shows speed out deeper, and Zaki out even wider at the judge. Alligator Blood joined by King Colorado. Romantic Warriors just behind those horses, 3 and 4 deep on the first corner, and Zaki's out even deeper. They were followed by Militarize and Mr. Brightside as they jostle for positions. A length and a half, My Oberon and Duis, and then Pinstriped well back as Fangirl, and Gold Trip is last of all. 1,400 metres to go, and it's King Colorado in front by a length to Zaki, who's done the work. Alligator Blood is third, and fourth is Romantic Warrior. No excuses from there on the bottom corner at the 1,250. A length away, Mr. Brightside, 3/4 of a length. Victoria Road, 2 lengths. Duis, no speed up front. Then came Militarize, a length and a half. My Oberon and Gold Trip well back, Pinstripe, and last is Fangirl at the 1,000 metres. King Colorado in front by a neck to in second. Zaki, a length and a half to Alligator Blood, a length and a quarter Romantic Warrior. Then came Mr. Brightside, saving every inch of ground. A length and a quarter Victoria Road, followed by Duis. Then Militarize, Gold Trip, My Oberon, Pinstriped, and Fangirl is last. To the side of the course at the 700, King Colorado with Zaki the outside. Alligator Blood is poised. A length Mr. Brightside sneaking round the fence. Then came Romantic Warrior. Further back is Duis, Victoria Road, Gold Trip, My Oberon, Pinstriped, and Fangirl with Militarize up to the corner. Zaki claims King Colorado. Alligator Blood is right there. Romantic Warrior 4 deep, a length and a half off them. Mr. Brightside off the fence, needs room, and then came Duis into the straight. Alligator Blood at the 200 took the front. Romantic Warrior the outside. Alligator Blood at the 100. Romantic Warrior, Mr. Brightside. Still Alligator Blood. Mr. Brightside coming at it with Romantic Warrior. It's a photo finish. Mr. Brightside or Romantic Warrior. It's a photo finish. Alligator Blood third. For fourth, we've got Fangirl in company with Duis, who ran a race. Then Zaki, Gold Trip, well back in the field, Militarize, Pinstripe by Oberon, King Colorado, and Victoria Road. Romantic Warrior is going to get up by a nose.
Romantic Warrior has denied a Hayes fairy tale in the Cox Plate. The plan has come together for Danny Shum, James McDonald and Hong Kong in an epic Cox Plate that promised so much and delivered so much more. The team with Mr. Brightside thought they had pinched it along the rails with Craig Williams, but instead Danny Shum will take the Cox Plate back to Hong Kong, and James McDonald becomes the first jockey since Michael Clark in 1989 and 1990 on Almirad, and ironically in some respects better loosen up in those famous Lindsay Park silks. J-Mac's the first jockey to go back-to-back in the Cox Plate on different horses for 33 years. And Romantic Warrior has shown all of his championship qualities to flex late and win the Cox Plate over Mr. Brightside and Alligator Blood. Charlotte Littlefield has got J-Mac alongside her.
Yeah, we've had some expletives here. I think we've got someone very happy backing up another win in the Cox Plate.
This means so much. I've got so much faith in this horse, and oh my God, I thought I got beat.
I know you thought you got beat. That was extreme emotion right there.
And the camera didn't follow me, and I just went, oh, I can't say what I said, but...
What sort of a feeling does it give you?
Oh, I can't believe we won the Cox Plate.
Well, you have.
Means so much. I've had so much to do with him. I've been singing his praises, how much he's improved. I needed to get a good run, and I felt I gave him the best possible run I can and could, I should say. And we won the Cook's Plate, baby!
We need some music out here. We need to celebrate. Where's the champagne?
Jeez, I can't believe it.
Well, we need to get you back there and celebrate. Well done, that was epic.
What a race, what a finish to a thrilling Cox Plate. You can just feel the emotion there from James McDonald, a jockey who's done it all across the country. He's won this race before, he's won our best races, the Melbourne Cup. But for him to have that much emotion with a horse like this, and what a huge thrill for this race to have the horse from Hong Kong come here and just narrowly deny Mr. Brightside, who was so brave in defeat for Craig Williams and the Lindsay Park team.
Yeah, he was, and I think that a lot of the emotion for James comes from the pressure that was put on him and the horse. You know, he came from Hong Kong and everyone was saying he's just going to win the Cox Plate, and after his first up run we were like, oh, can he?
That's the thing, Michael Walker. That's why he's an elite jockey. You mentioned the pressure. He had the pressure last year on Animo. Everybody wanted that horse to win. He got one out, one back. He delivered. Let's have a look at the chopper of the concluding stages. This was the favourite again. The pressure was on James McDonald, and he has delivered in spades. Let's have a look at the concluding stages, and it shows the side on being very deceptive, Brent Zarafa, because it looked like Romantic Warrior was chasing down Mr. Brightside, but it was probably the other way around.
Yeah, there was some very neat runs in behind. Dewis has run out of room at a concluding stage. It almost could have been a fairy tale for Damien Oliver. Fangirls held up for a run. Gold Trip hitting the line. Alligator Blood was there at the finish.
How about the shadows in the winning post? And nobody knew who had won, so it was harder to tell just for some added drama. It was a spectacular race. It's going to be high. You know, this just shows what I look for. I can't wait to see the numbers coming out tonight for this race. I don't know if there was much speed in the mid stages.
And nose is the official margin by a short neck. 1 beats 3 and 4. Have a look at these scenes with James McDonald as he arrives back in front of a full house at the Valley with plenty of people cheering on Romantic Warrior. He paid $2.80 on the tote with the Whirlpool. $3.60 will be the SP, and what a brave performance from Alligator Blood in defeat. He looked as though he was going to be winning the race inside the final 50 metres, but the late surge, and look at that on the low angle shot when you get to see the replay of James McDonald just stretching himself at full stretch to get the head down of Romantic Warrior right on the line. The class record is 2:02.94, and they've run a time of 2:03.16. So this is a serious Cox Plate.
Yeah, I think my memory went for a minute there. I thought the track record was about a second quicker. That they were put down to the floor there, and even more credit to James McDonald. Craig Williams, though, Michael Walker, he deserves some real credit. That was a terrific ride.
After the way he jumped out the barriers, the way he rode his horse, Mr. Brightside, was outstanding. He deserved to win it, but he didn't.
Here's the winning trainer, Danny Shum.
Danny Shum, you've won a Cox Plate. What sort of faith did you have that the Turnbull run wasn't a cause for concern?
I don't think he's really 100% at the Turnbull stick, but he take all the challenges, take over the challenge and difficulties. And every time we get here, James McDonald gave me a very good report. So, and the boys reported to me, he's getting better day by day. So I do come and see we run a good race. Yeah.
What's this mean for you? We've seen such a heavy Hong Kong presence here in town that's built over the last 3 weeks since the Turnbull. To take the Cox Plate back to Hong Kong, what's that mean?
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. Yes, thank you.
A hug from Winifred Engelbert Bresches, of course, from the Hong Kong Jockey Club.
Yes.
What's the moment mean for you, but also to be standing on this stage representing Hong Kong?
Of course, it's a big meaning for me as a trainer. If we can win good one, it will be very happy. If we can win overseas good one, it will be more happy than what I tell you. I'm happy. So sorry, I don't know how to tell you I'm so happy. Okay, thank you.
Danny, thank you for bringing him to our shores.
Thank you all the people.
Ben Hayes,
thank you all the
I'm sure been some bitter disappointment at the result, but what a ride and what a tough horse in defeat.
Yeah, Craig gave him a 10 out of 10. Better horse on the day, unfortunately. We actually thought he won when he crossed the line, so it makes that a little bit worse. But he is just absolute superstar. He's ticked off that 2,000. And we couldn't be prouder of the horse, the whole team at home, and we're pretty shattered.
As you would be, Ben, but I do have to ask you one thing. There is a chance of a rematch. What's the thoughts in heading to Hong Kong?
Oh, I'd love a rematch. He was only a bob on the line. Look, we'll see how the horse is first, and if he pulls up well, we could head there.
We're all feeling for you, Ben. It was a wonderful effort in defeat.
It was. Craig rode him 10 out of 10. He had every chance, so just frustrating. Yeah.
Congratulations, mate. James McDonald, some hugs, some kisses, and rightly so for those nearest and dearest to him. After making it back-to-back Cox plates, he becomes the first jockey to do it since Michael Clark in 89 and 90. James, 1's good, 2's better. How did you do it?
Oh, well, showed belief. This horse is pretty special to me, and when I mentioned to come to a Cox plate, I think he'd be the perfect horse. I meant what I said, and Danny, credit to Peter and Danny, takes a hell of a lot of balls to come out of Hong Kong with all the prize money, one of the best racing jurisdictions in the world, and they come here and showcase their boy. I reckon he's got more to come too. He's just been bubbling. He made significant amount of improvement like we thought he did, and he loves the bloody valley.
It took the full 20-40 to win it, as it does in most Cox plates, but how did the position you found early set things up?
I was comfortable. I knew I was on the right horse, and there was people I was talking during the week that just kept going, he's the best horse, and I'll ride him like it. And I took a gamble about the 1,000 or 1,200 and elected to come back a spot, and to this right minute right now, I believe that was the winning move. Giving my horse an extra length to come back. I let Alligator knowing that I think I still can beat him by letting him out and having last crack, and yes.
Well done, 2-time.
Thanks.
Outstanding from James McDonald, and outstanding for the global appeal of the WL Cox Plate. We've had international winners in the past from Europe, Japan. Great to see a former champion in Glenn Boss there with James McDonald, but as James mentioned, it's taken a lot for Danny Shum to take a leap of faith and bring this horse out of Hong Kong. We haven't seen the absolute elite Hong Kong gallopers come to our shores in the past, and they've come here and won, but they haven't just won and put a space on our rivals. It shows that the Australian horses at 2,000 metres are capable against the horse who's beaten the Japanese by a decent space. Mr. Brightside and Alligator Blood took up the fight. They were terrific in defeat. They've been extremely brave, and plenty of smiles from the Hong Kong connections there as they celebrate a victory with and some great scenes here as we get some vision of Danny Shum watching the race coming over the concluding stages. It would be quite an exciting contest here, waiting for the photo to come up, and there it is, the celebrations. That would mean so much to them all.
It would. It just, to come from Hong Kong, and like James said, what they've put on the plate to get him out here, go through all the restrictions and so forth. So even though they have a lot of money in races over there, to do what he's done is amazing. And for James, with the emotion where a little bit of tears may have come through, I've been in that position before when you think in a big race you've got beat, and then all of a sudden you see the clerk writing to you to congratulate you and do the interview with it. It's so emotional.